In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Dear friends and fellows in Pakistan and abroad, there is a very important question to be debated upon. The question is, if somebody asks from me or you whether we want to live our life happily in an enjoying manner or not, whether we want to keep ourselves in the state of unhappiness, whether we want to keep ourselves in the state of trouble, I think each and everyone else will instantly say that I want to live happily, I want to live happily, I want to live happily. What we need to understand is what we need to understand is that there is a cost to be paid for each and everything, each and every valuable thing we want to achieve, we are the candidate of, we do have to pay a price of it. So even this thing, this state of happiness, I think this too has a cost to be paid. Although the cost being demanded from us is maybe a million times smaller than the achievement, the cost we do have to pay for it, we do have to pay for it, which is an unavoidable cost. We cannot avoid it. We cannot get even smaller things in free. We do have to pay the price of each and everything we want to have, each and every good thing we want to achieve, we want to retain. Simultaneously, in the same manner, this is not a smaller thing at all. This is not something of medium importance, not at all. Rather, it is one of the most important things. Rather, I shall even say that it is the most important thing for our life. Leading a happy life, living happily, nothing is more important than is, if at all it is within the boundaries of, within the limits set forward, put forward for the humanity by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I think so. It is the most important thing indeed. And if at all we want to achieve it, we do have to pay the price of it as well. Now the question, now the discussion is, what sort of price do we have to pay on the one hand, on the other hand, whether if at all we do pay the price, shall we be able to succeed in getting it or not? Shall we be able to succeed in getting it or not? Or our sacrifice, the price we have paid, we are going to pay, is going to be wasted upon? I believe that inshallah Aziz, if at all we are ready to pay the price of it, the achievement will be ensured. Our objective will be achieved inshallah Aziz. Now the question is, what sort of price do we have to pay? What sort of price do we have to pay for it? Dear friends and fellows in Pakistan and abroad, at certain places, we might have to pay, we might have to sacrifice the material benefits. We might have to pay the material benefits at certain places. At certain places, we do have to pay the material, we do have to sacrifice the material benefits. And because we do have to sacrifice the unethical benefits, the unethically achieved, the illegitimate benefits we were earlier, we might be used to of it, we might be an addict of it, but now we do have to sacrifice. And not only this thing, there are certain other things which are not the illegitimate one at all, rather are quite legal and quite okay morally. But yet when it somehow it disturbs our mental peace, our spiritual peace, our emotional peace, we do have to abandon it, we do have to sacrifice it. This type of small material benefits are the benefits we do have to pay. We do have to pay this price, we do have to sacrifice this sort of certain small losses, which are actually not losses at all, not losses at all, because the achievement in response to this, in response to it, in return for it, is maybe a million time bigger, maybe 100,000 times bigger than the sacrifice. So in that case, I have no hesitation to say that this is a very good deal indeed. And I think so, there are, if there are certain disadvantages, then there are certain advantages, material advantages as well. Now the question arises, most of the people, most of my listeners, my viewers will be eager to know, will be desperately willing to know what sort of material benefits are lying behind it. Let me tell you that most of the people will prefer you, not necessarily each and everyone else, but most of the people will prefer you over other people. Why? Because you are leading a happy life, and the people who will be preferring you, they will be of the view that their interaction with you will be quite good, quite nice, quite pleasant for them as well. So they will be preferring you for their own benefits, for their own reasons. Now, having these advantages and disadvantages, dear friends and fellows in Pakistan and abroad, I believe that the benefits of living a happy life, I think nothing is more important than it. That nothing is as important as this one, provided it is within the limits, within the boundaries set forward by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and followed, practiced by prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the lost Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Dear friends and fellows in Pakistan, let's make a decision, and let's take a serious decision that from now onward, inshallah, we shall be preferring our peace of mind, our spiritual happiness, our psychological and emotional happiness over the trivial benefits. Wherever there is a conflict that we do have to sacrifice our mental peace for the sake of material benefits, we will be willing and we will be readily accepting it, to sacrifice the small, these material so-called, which are not actually the losses, the so-called losses, and we shall be embracing, we shall be receiving and leading a happy life. Thank you very much.